Hi, I'm Matt Willis, Public Health Officer for Marin, with an important update on our county's COVID-19 response. Next Monday, June 1st, the next stage of our gradual reopening process will begin. The activities or businesses that will be permitted to come online include office workers, childcare and summer camps, expanding outdoor retail to include outdoor shopping and not just curbside pickup, outdoor dining, parks and beaches, and curbside library services. I want to step back and briefly review the shelter-in-place and go forward with what to expect. The shelter-in-place was instituted on March 17th based on exponential growth in cases that we are experiencing regionally early in the pandemic. That was necessary to halt the widespread transmission. It was painful for all of us, but successful in flattening the curve. During that interval of the shelter-in-place order, which lasted about 6 weeks, the only sectors that were accessible were deemed essential. Essential access to food, groceries, pharmacies, healthcare, government, banks, hardware to keep our houses livable, gas stations, and the like. Because of your success, on May 4th, we could begin our slow reopening, moving with other Bay Area counties. Starting then and ongoing, we now organize the sequencing of our reopening mainly based on the risk of virus transmission of any business or activity, and not what is deemed essential or non-essential. We started with construction, landscaping, outdoor businesses. On May 18th, we further opened to retail that can be conducted at the curbside, real estate, and certain city and town parks, as well as pet grooming, golf and tennis, and other activities. And now the changes I mentioned starting from Monday, June 1st. Beyond those initial essential services, we've now brought 19 sectors or business types online. The pace or cadence for these changes is 2-week intervals, and that's not random. That's based on the virus and its incubation period. We need at least 2 weeks to see the impact of any policy change, looking at case rates, hospitalizations, and deaths. The nature of the virus is also guiding what comes online earliest as we reopen. You'll notice that we're leaning hard towards moving things outdoors. The evidence is clear that the risk of being infected with COVID-19 virus is much lower outside, especially when we're covering our face and staying 6 feet apart. Almost all outbreaks described globally occurred through indoor transmission. Here's what you can do to help us move forward. First, know that reopening carries risk. The virus is still in our community, but not reopening carries other harms, socially and economically. We have no zero-risk options here. Some feel we're moving too fast, others feel we're moving too slow. We're trying to find that balance point, and we'll need to continuously review the data and guide the next steps. The Marin recovery process is helping guide how fast we move and which sectors we move online next. In order to keep that pace of every 2 weeks, we'll all need to do our part to prevent the virus from spreading between us. So please continue to cover your face, stay 6 feet apart, and stay at home within your household group when you're not engaged in one of those allowable activities. That list of things we can do outside the home is growing as we march forward. We are shifting from policy-level restrictions to the shelter-in-place to more individual responsibility. More and more, it's in your hands. Thank you for doing all you can to protect all of us.